Your dog started stressing before you even touched the door. Not when you left, before you left. The moment you picked up your keys. The second you slipped on your shoes. The instant your energy shifted. Your dog felt all of it. And here's what nobody tells you. That buildup, those few minutes before you walk out, is doing more damage than the hours you're actually gone. I know that sounds backwards. I know we've been told that separation anxiety is about the separation, but for most dogs, it's actually about the anticipation. It's a cycle of guilt for us and a cycle of panic for them. You feel bad for leaving, so you get tense. They see you getting tense, so they get anxious. But once you understand what's really happening in those final moments, you'll never leave your dog the same way again. And the best part? The fix is simple. It costs nothing, and it takes less than 60 seconds to execute. Let's get into it. Dogs don't think in hours. They think in patterns. Every single day they're watching you like a full-time detective, cataloging your movements, memorizing your routine, learning your leaving scent. Keys jingling, you're leaving. Shoes going on, you're leaving. Putting on that specific work jacket, you're leaving. And if leaving has ever felt stressful, even once, your dog remembers. Not like you remember a grocery list, but deep in their nervous system, in the part of the brain that controls the fight or flight response. Their brain says, this pattern means something uncomfortable is coming. So by the time you actually open the door, your dog's stress response has already been running for 10 minutes. Heart rate elevated, breathing shallower. Cortisol, the stress hormone, is already flooding their system. And here is the scary part. Cortisol doesn't just disappear the moment you leave. It lingers. It stays in their system for hours. So they spend the entire day trying to come down from a spike that happened before you even left the driveway. This is called pre-departure anxiety, and it's incredibly common. You might notice your dog start following you from room to room. Yawn repeatedly. That's a stress signal, not tiredness. Sit unusually still and just stare at you. Try to block the door, or suddenly become extremely clingy. These aren't random behaviors. These are your dog's nervous system firing up. They are essentially having a panic attack in slow motion. The good news? You can completely rewire this response with 3 specific shifts. Tip 1, make your departure routine boring. The first shift is the most powerful one. And this is that 60-second fix I mentioned earlier. Make leaving boring, not cold, not distant, just ordinary. Right now, think about your current goodbye ritual. Long hug, high-pitched. Mommy will be back soon. Be a good boy. Multiple kisses. Checking on them 5 times before you hit the garage. I get it. It feels loving. You're trying to comfort them because you feel guilty. But here's the problem. That emotional intensity is a giant red flag to your dog. It tells them something unusual is happening. In the wild, intense energy usually means danger or a high-stakes hunt. Alertness creates arousal. Arousal creates anxiety. You're not comforting your dog in those moments. You're accidentally confirming their fear that leaving is a big deal. Here's a real example. A woman named Maya had a beagle named Biscuit. Every morning, Maya would spend 5 minutes saying goodbye, hugging him, apologizing, telling him she'd be back soon. Biscuit would whine, pace, and scratch at the door every single day. Maya thought the goodbye ritual was helping. It was doing the opposite. It was a 5-minute warning for a disaster. When Maya switched to a calm, boring exit, no fanfare, no emotional send-off, Biscuit settled within a week. The departure stopped feeling like an event. So Biscuit stopped treating it like one. This 60-second fix is simply this. The final minute before you leave should be the most boring minute of your dog's day. Leave smoothly, like you're just walking into the other room to grab a glass of water. Because if you don't act like it's a big deal eventually, they won't feel like it's a big deal either. Tip 2, desensitize your departure cues. Here's the second shift. Your dog isn't actually stressed by the empty house yet. They're stressed by the signals that predict the empty house. Keys, shoes, bag, jacket. Those objects have become triggers. They've been paired with your absence so many times that just seeing them turns on your dog's stress response. So here's what you do. You scramble the signals. You break the association. Pick up your keys. Then go sit on the couch and watch TV for 5 minutes. Don't leave. Put your work shoes on. Then walk to the kitchen and make a cup of tea. Sit at the table with your boots on. Don't leave. Grab your bag. Go sit on the toilet and scroll on your phone. Don't leave. Imagine the look on your dog's face the first time you do this. They're standing by the door, heart racing, waiting for the exit, and you just sit down and start reading a book. It's confusing to them at first, but that confusion is actually their brain rewiring itself. You are unpairing the trigger from the event. This is one of the most evidence-backed techniques in dog behavior. When departure cues no longer reliably predict departure, they lose their power to create stress. Your dog starts to think, oh, the keys, whatever. Last time that meant we just sat on the rug for a bit. Real example, a Labrador named Scout would start shaking the moment his owner touched the coat rack. Within 3 weeks of daily cue desensitization, picking up the coat, doing nothing, putting it back, Scout stopped reacting entirely. The coat rack became background noise, like a chair or a lamp. Tip 3, build confidence through short departures. The third shift is about building muscle. Being alone is a skill. It is not an instinct. For a pack animal, being alone is actually counter-instinctual, so it needs to be built gradually. You wouldn't walk into a gym and try to bench press 300 pounds on day 1. You'd start with the bar, then you'd add 5 pounds, then 10. If your dog struggles with being alone, jumping straight to an 8-hour workday is trying to bench press 300 pounds. You're asking for failure. Start with 30 seconds. Step outside. Close the door. Count to 30. Come back in. But here is the crucial part. When you come back in, do not have a party. Don't say, good boy, you did it. If you make the return high energy, you are making the absence feel more intense by comparison. Just walk back in. Check your mail. Ignore the dog for a moment. Keep that, a boring energy from tip 1. Then try a minute, then 5, then 15. Each successful solo experience teaches your dog's nervous system one thing. I was alone. My heart beat normally. Nothing tried to eat me. And then they came back. That message, they always come back, only gets learned through repetition. Words don't teach it. Reassurance doesn't teach it. Only the clock teaches it. Real example, a rescue dog named Pepper had never been left alone before. Her new owner started with departures of just 20 seconds. By week 2, Pepper could handle 30 minutes without distress. By week 6, she was sleeping through 4-hour absences. Not because Pepper suddenly became a different dog, because Pepper's nervous. System learned a new pattern. Departure is safe. Return is guaranteed. The enrichment rule. Now, I have a bonus tip that ties all of this together. We want to give the dog something to do while we are gone. A sniffing mat, a slow feed puzzle, a frozen chew toy. These are great because sniffing and chewing actually release endorphins that lower a dog's heart rate. It shifts them from anxiety mode to problem-solving mode. But there is a major trap here. If you only give your dog the special frozen bone, right as you're walking out the door, the bone becomes a departure cue. Your dog sees the bone and thinks, oh no, the bone of loneliness is here. They're leaving. Suddenly, they won't even touch the treat. Here is the rule, the 15-minute rule. Give them the enrichment 15 minutes before you leave. Let them get fully engaged in it while you are still in the house. Let them enter that calm, focused state while you're still there. That way, when you finally do that boring 60-second exit, they're already busy. They might look up, see you leave, and then go right back to their puzzle. That is the gold standard of a calm dog. The transition from you're here to you're gone becomes a soft fade rather than a sharp cliff. Now I want to hear from you. Which of these 3 shifts sounds the hardest for you? Is it the boring goodbye? I know that one is hard for us as humans because we feel like we're being mean. But remember, boring is a gift you are giving your dog's peace of mind. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one. And if you have a dog who really struggles with the time apart once you're actually gone, watch this next video right here. It covers the best environment setups to keep a dog's heart rate low during long work days. If this helped you, hit subscribe. I post new dog behavior videos every week. Practical stuff, no fluff. Just what actually works for real dogs and real owners. I'll see you in the next one.